Honesty. I can't say not my sister Chrissy anymore. But you know, that's all right. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today, but I was almost late because I was watching Tracy's repair video. She was fixing the thumper thing. It was riveting. It was absolutely riveting. Um, so I I had quite a few sales this morning. Actually, it was this morning. Three of them are from last night because I have to go get the items from my shop. Oh, breaking news! Retrospect is buying Polaroids again. However, they're really lowballing them. I got an offer for $10 for one plus shipping, and I tried to get let's see, 17. I think it was 17. I don't know. I counted with 17, I think, and they came back with 12. But I said, well, I only pay a quarter for this, so I took the $12 plus shipping. Hey, Bubba, how's it going? Good to see ya. Hi, Neville. No, I don't mind calling it. That's my name, Neville. You can call me D. Hey, Bumcrack, how's it going, buddy? And Melissa. Good to see you, Bubba. Tell the family I said hello. I've been watching the boys grow up through Instagram. You know, they're growing very quickly, of course, like kids do. But anyway, retrospect, buying Polaroids very cheap. I don't know if they're buying all Polaroids because I listened to last night and they bought the 600 camera that's kind of rounded. I also had one of the rainbow ones, and they didn't make an offer on that one. So maybe I should go get it and show you. Yeah, I bet he is. Kids grow up so quickly. I can't believe. I mean, mine has been an adult for quite a while, but it was a good video. I mean, she fixed it. I was riveted. I was riveted by the purple thumper. I mean, not that purple thumper, but you know, the thumper, those chiropractor massages are pretty wicked. I don't like that particular one on my back because it tickles my face. Because Linda has one, and I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. It tickles my face. What's everybody doing today? I am getting ready for my yard sale. I got some stuff you know, set up last night. I kind of want to go get some more books today because, you know, it's before the semester start. I think the semester has already started, I believe, at most schools, but some of them don't start till after Labor Day. And I've been selling a crap load of books this week. I mean, I've got a pretty good bump from book sales this week. Um, Hello, Ricky. How's it going? I hope you liked the random box of crap I sent you. Did I say hi to Marie? I don't remember. You're babysitting? Oh no. Uh, Babysitting is exhausting. Much more exhausting. Excuse me, I choke on my coffee. Much more exhausting than yard selling. I think there's a couple of yard sales I could go to today, but so I gotta stay focused and do get ready for my yard sale. There's a huge one-day guy sale on Broadway. I think I tried to go to that one last week. Couldn't find it. Multi-family sale. I don't know if I want to go out there. Estate sale. Ooh, I might go to that. It's advertised on Craigslist, so it must be you know, a personal sale rather than a company. There's Tommy. How's the water, Tommy? Oh, that's what I was gonna do. What was I gonna do? I forgot. Immediately forgot. Consolidating all my external hard drive. Wow, you got how many external hard drives do you have? I can't even keep track of one. I used to like carry one around and put all my stuff on it when I was working full time, but I can't even keep track of it. Yeah, I found a couple that weren't there for some reason. Like last week, it's like I don't know if they just changed their mind and don't take the ad down or what. Which reminds me, I had to put an ad up for my yard sale. I'm gonna put it on Craigslist and Facebook. Because sometimes last time I had a yard sale, I put some pictures on Facebook, and so some people came for particular items I had in the picture. I thought that was weird. Oh, that's lame. You're kidding. People actually do that? Kind of like uh my sister told a story on Monday about, or not Monday, but the last time she was here, they tried to have a yard sale, and um one of the people that lived near them scratched out their address and put their own address on their signs. So their yard sale was a flop. I don't think the yard sale treasure map works where they are, or they don't have anything show up on it in Montana, which is weird. You think it would work wherever they have Craigslist, but maybe they don't have. Maybe people don't use Craigslist over there. I don't know. Craigslist is a dying breed. Look at that. It's 8 minutes in. I'm out of words already. I'm very tired for some reason. I slept late. I mean, I got up really early this morning. Cause of the dogs. They were driving me nuts. And Tilly was being a naughty girl. So I got up before like 5:30. And I restarted my sales, and I went back to bed, and I had like five more sales before I woke up. That was crazy. So I just packed up like 6 sale. Let me see. I got an offer for the camera too. They didn't pay for that yet, but and I have 3 things I have to go get from my shop, and I still haven't received those boots back. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna get them back tomorrow or today. What was the date? Today. This is weird. Oh, 3:25 a.m. I probably should have got them back. Got them in the mail this morning. I'm gonna go. Could you imagine if that were? I don't know. I still think I'm getting different boots back because they took so long to send them back. I mean, they waited to the very last day to send them back. First they waited till the very last day to do a return, Then they waited to the very last day they could send it back before they sent it back. So I think that's just odd. Yeah, that drives me nuts, John. They can't take the freaking signs down. Linda made me some very nice signs. And we got some cardboard that has clear plastic sleeves over it from that one business sale that we went to last weekend, which makes really amazing yard sale signs because they have the plastic cover so they can get rained on. Hello, Maggie Doodle and Fishing and Picking. Back in the 90s, I would list my professor's vehicles for sale on Craigslist without them knowing. And in the listing, I would tell them to show up to the class during my labs. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is bad. You're a bad, bad student. I'm surprised you didn't get caught doing that. I guess it would be hard to find the person if you're using the public computer. What's going on? Someone lost that fine residents that leave those signs up. Yeah, they should get fines for leaving them up because it's annoying as hell. Or my other pet peeve about signs is that they put their address really small so you can't read it. There's many yard sales I didn't go to because I couldn't read the sign. You have to be able to read it from a car, for God's sakes, not from your table. I had something else I was going to talk about. I totally forgot. I should have wrote it down. Oh my gosh. Anybody want to join me to keep me going? Because I have no brain. I don't know why I'm so tired. I went to bed earlier last night. Oh. Does that happen out in the bush, Neville? Do you live out in the bush? Or am I just assuming that you live in the bush because you're in Australia? I know Australia has some big cities, so I shouldn't assume that you live out in the bush. I'm intrigued about going to Australia, and there's John. John's trying to come in. I actually see him too. It's amazing. That's amazing. I see you in the back room. Because usually I don't even notice.
Hi, Dee.
Hi, John. What's up?
We're counting down our last days before back to school. We've got open house today from 2 to 3 for Brady and Kendall. And
they have a preschool before school.
I've got a second grader. They get to go meet their teacher. So second grader, and then my fifth grader is going to meet his teacher.
You're doing a lab.
That's Kendall.
Hi, Kendall.
I didn't ask. I don't. Some people don't like having kids on their video. So, is it okay or? Welcome.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. We went to Battle of Manassas Battlefield yesterday with the boys, which is a Civil War battlefield. And it's like you learn all this stuff in school and then you forget about it. But Manassas was like the first major confrontation between the Union and Confederate troops in Manassas. And the Confederates were camped out, and the Federals or the Union troops marched from Washington and it was basically a big fanfare. You know, the congressmen came out with their wives and family and kids and picnicked it on the over the hills overlooking the battlefield, thinking it was going to be a one and done battle. And it was a one-day fight. The Confederates pushed back the Federals, and they kind of woke up to the next 4 years of having a civil war.
Wow.
So, and it took, and we drove up there, and we were there for about 2 hours, and the kids were into it, but then they kind of lose attention, you know.
Yeah.
And we went to lunch at McDonald's, and
yeah, kids don't, you can't hold attention so long, even for adults like me.
Right. Yeah, me too. You know, I'm glad they had like the interactive fiber optic map that you could like reinforce what the movie said and the battlefield said, and you had to hear it about 3 or 4 times, but you finally figured it out. And we did they came home, and of course they wanted to get on their devices. So I set them in the living room and said, okay, tell me 3 things that y'all learned about Bull Run 1 or Bull Run 2, which was the name of the 2 battles. And they actually did it. They knew what they were talking about, so they got to play their Fortnite.
That's great. That's a great way to, to dole out game time.
So I finally found I did a seashell video a couple weeks back, and I had packed away some seashells that I'd promised somebody, and I misplaced them in my garage. So I found them yesterday. So I'm going to be packing and sending those out today. That's one of my other to-do lists.
Misplacing is one of my big problems.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a huge problem, but I spend quite a bit of time looking for things that I misplace.
I tell you, you're like the latest YouTube community rock star on practicing what you preach, listing, sales. You've got a lot of sales every day.
Oh yeah.
And you're relatable. You know, you don't drive a fancy car. You ride around on a moped every once in a while. You still have your moped?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of neat.
Sorry, I have something in my tooth. That's weird. I shouldn't do that on camera. I think because I was eating celery before I came on, so I got a piece of celery stuck in my tooth, which is very annoying. Yeah, my sales have increased a lot recently, just by making a couple changes, and I'm about ready to pull out all my clothing that's been sitting there all for a year.
Right? So, are you unlisting, or you mean you're going to list it?
No, I'm unlisting it.
Yeah, I'm going to go through and I'm at right at the 250 listing threshold on eBay, and I'm kidding myself on some of the stuff. It's just clutter. I need to get it out of make new space and list stuff. And someone last night on one of the live interview, I think Dom's show, he was interviewing the couple. I've forgotten their name, but he was talking about the pro tip he gave was just get rid of your debt piles, your stuff that's laying around.
Yeah,
it just gives you a sense of security that you don't have because it's just sitting in your house. Nobody knows you have it for sale. And it does a couple things. When I list, 2 to 3 days later, I start making some good sales. But then it takes a couple days to really get that going. And then you think, oh, make sales now. I don't have to do any work. You've got to do, list a couple every day. So it's all my fault when my sales are slow.
Well, and I sort of had a thing in my head where I had to like get my listings up to. I was trying to get up to 1,000. I got up to 965, but I'm back down to about 912, I think. But because a lot of the stuff that well, with a lot of discussion and some help from Tommy, I've decided that I don't need all that stuff in my store, especially since it's been sitting there for a year not doing anything.
Right. Guess what? Retail stores, they don't sell everything they put out on the sales floor. And they eventually clear that space off for more productive inventory, and the non-productive inventory, they either clearance or they throw in the dumpster. And why would our business be any different?
Yeah. So I'm having a yard sale this weekend, and all my clothing is going in the yard sale. And I actually like pulled like 2 tubs out of my spare bedroom closet that's been stuck in there since Mercedes moved in there. I wasn't able to access it, so that stuff never even touched my store, but it's going right to the yard sale.
Now, do you price your stuff at a yard sale, or do you just kind of lay it out and then let people?
This time I'm not, because I'm pricing because it's being priced to sell.
Yep.
I'm just gonna have signs on. This is, the clothes are $1. This box is 50 cents. This box is a quarter.
And do you ever do you ever tell them, hey, I'm selling to clean out, or I'm trying to get money for a trip for Thanksgiving, or?
Nobody usually asks.
Nobody asks. Yeah. I normally have one of my kids helping me, and then I'm saying, oh, Kendall wants to go to Girl Scout camp, or Brady's trying to raise money for a baseball tournament, and occasionally that helps a little bit, But they're still nickel and diming, just like I would, if I was out buying at a sale.
Yeah. Yeah, really, at this point, it really doesn't matter if somebody wants to pay me a quarter for a shirt, because
Right.
I want it gone.
Right. You just want this. You want it gone. Yep.
And whatever's left after my yard sale is like going right down to the thrift store down the street. I might have bought a couple in there too.
That last flea market that I did, I was really proud of myself. I only brought maybe 3 boxes back into my house, and maybe about 6 boxes that are of inventory that's going to my home show that I'm doing it in September. And that was like a major step for me, because normally if I don't sell it, I haul it right back into the house. And I'm actually starting to get a little bit of floor space in my garage after years of not having, just having a little pathway.
Yeah, Linda won't let me mess up the garage, so
yeah.
I shouldn't say mess up the garage, but she gets like really agitated if I have things like dressers or big speakers in there for too long.
Well, I had it where I didn't even have enough room to, if I found a great deal on a dresser, I didn't even have anywhere to put it. I couldn't even fit it in my garage. So now I've got a little bit of flexibility. But I'm in my kitchen right now. I've got my photography table and my lights and all that sitting here in my kitchen table. I need to move all that out in the garage because it's taking over my house. And I'm not even a big time eBay seller. I'd sell maybe 1 or 2 items, about an item and a half a day. So.
Hold on a second. I got to respond to a message.
I had asked that last night, and I'm still kind of, notice some of the YouTuber guys are now, they're doing 2 accounts. I guess they're doing like a video account and then a live account. Do you know what that's all about? Is there?
I guess they think that the live shows interfere with their, because you don't really get much AdSense money from live shows, and maybe they think that they're interfering with their other videos. I don't know.
So would you be like Flippin'Particles and then Flippin'Particles live? Is that what? And you'd have 2 different channels?
Well, that's what they're doing. But I wouldn't do that. But it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, that's what they're doing.
I mean, I've also heard they're saying, just like, I've got an eBay account, and then Cooper's got one, which is kind of a backup in case one of the accounts gets suspended. I'm wondering if people are thinking like YouTube may be the same thing. If one gets shut down, you still have a platform on your other YouTube account. I don't know.
I don't think they're doing it for that reason. I just think that they think that the lives interfere with their that's the way to get to the top and best chance of moving saturated. Oh wait, he's responding to something else. I thought he was going to talk about the YouTube thing, but I'm assuming that they think that live shows interfere with their
watch time. It said watch time. Kimmy at Borderline Horty said it lives don't get much watch time after they end.
What does it matter if you have two
Yeah.
separate channels? So it doesn't really matter.
Now let me ask you something else. I heard a rumor that the numbers and all that are going to change after first of the year for your 1,000 and your watch time to get monetized.
I don't know. They
You heard that? I mean, I'm not anywhere close. I'm at like 212, which it's amazing that I'm even at 212 with the type of content I put up. But that's just because everybody's so friendly on in the community.
Oh, Tommy says they think YouTube categories the channels as a live channel or a pre-recorded channel. I don't know about that.
Right.
I don't know where. That's just like crap that they pull out of the sky. I think. How do they know that?
So then, Tommy, also they need to do a channel live late night XXX reseller account or some channel too, for his content, because his is quite unique. And D, you were his new girl the other night.
What?
Weren't you on there the other night?
Oh, I've been on there a few times.
Yeah, that's like giving Tracy a break. Yeah, this first time I've been on D's Flippin' Particles.
Sorry, I'm very distracted by this person.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not sure I'm holding the show, but I mean, it's I'm always talking.
Somebody's trying to tell me that his book that he got isn't new, but whatever.
I had a book one time I found at a yard sale. It was $1 or $2. It was about gargoyles and dragons. So it was kind of a unique book. I bring it home and I realize the binding is messed up. And so I disclose it to the seller that the binding is messed up. Can I fix the binding? Would you still be interested in the book? And she said, absolutely. Well, long story short, my wife's a librarian and they have to fix books all the time. So
right.
we sent it off. She still paid full price and she was a happy camper and I was a happy camper because I didn't take the $2 loss from my yard sale buy. I think when people
Tommy. Oh.
What's Tommy saying?
He made it sound dirty birdie. Or maybe maybe it's me. Okay, I gotta what an app. Sorry. I gotta stop being distracted by that.
Yeah, Tommy's a distraction, man. He's a little player. He's got you wrapped. He's got you ladies wrapped around his little reseller finger.
Well, Tommy actually knows what he's talking about, though.
No, he's great. He's great. I had a Coogee shirt that I had sitting around in my debt pile and all that. And Tracy said, "Oh, I know somebody that can tell you whether to resell it or not." And Tommy said, "You ain't gonna make much money on it." And I said, "I know." So I gave it to one of my Chick-fil-A managers. She likes I pass her down shirts for night shirts. She loves it. And he's very friendly too, just wants to share his knowledge and hang out, and he's got great demeanor.
Sorry, my brain is stuck on that person that I don't know. I thought I sold those books like new, but whatever. I don't care.
So I bet I bet on an online auction today where it's like a roving stop, where if you get a bid within the last 2 minutes, it extends another 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 3 minutes. And I try not to bid on stuff I don't know anything about, but there were like silver spoons that I was kind of a little bit interested in. I didn't bid on that, but there was a leather purse that was kind of looked like it was from the 70s, embossed with all the little ribbon designs. And then it had like an upside down teardrop handle.
Mm-hmm.
And as of last night, it was only $3, but I think it sold like up to $30. I bid it up to like 24, which I'm tight. I normally don't bid that high. It's a compliment when I'm bidding and somebody bids above me, because at least I'm in the ballpark knowing, that it's got some value. But I don't like it unless I'm really sure about it. I don't like putting out $24 with the hope I'm going to get, 60 to 80 back. I just don't do it,
Yeah.
I probably need to up my game a little bit, but I just haven't.
I'm seriously looking at sell-through rate now when I'm comping stuff. Because
Right.
before I was casually looking at the sell-through rate, but now I'm taking it more seriously because
That's a big deal, because there was an Argus camera that went cheap, but there was like 50 listings on eBay and only about 8 sold. So it was a very popular item, good price point, because I was getting it for 10, selling for 40, but only 8 had sold. I wasn't willing to hold on it for that long.
Yeah.
So it all comes down to what the solds are, really, unless you have something unique. And then you've got to make sure you get your titles right. So when you can share, when you do a live on StreamYard, you can share like you can screen share what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking about going live with StreamYard and then showing my screen of the live auction on just how I do the live auction and do my bids. And I'm a weird bidder. Like if it's at like $5 and the next bid is 6, I bid like 602. I'm a troublemaker, and I start odd numbers in there.
What was I gonna say? Oh my god, I can't even talk today. So you want to share your screen to show live auctions?
Right, like I was going to go live on StreamYard, and then while the auction was closing and I was bidding as the auction was closing, I was going to screen share my screen as I was closing the auction, and just how I navigate it and go page to page and
the online auction.
Yeah, it was an online auction, and then I do like I kind of go through the night before and I write down each page kind of what numbers I'm interested in. And then I star the ones that I'm like super interested in. And then the black dots are the ones that I actually won. So there was a couple, you see the stars and then the black dots. So I won a couple that I actually really wanted. A couple of them were impulse buys. But once I get that first win, then I'm like, I've got to go out there and pick up my junk anyway. I'm also bid on some more stuff to make my trip worthwhile. And so you see how much, and that's just like my paperwork that I've do for the auction, and then it kind of keeps track of what I'm interested in, and then at the bottom here's the address I've got to go pick up. Pickup's next Tuesday, so that's another thing. You bid on it's great, but then you got to make sure you can show up for pickup. And Tuesday's back to school, so that's going to be a busy day, but I can fit the window in, the kids at school. I almost bid on a fire truck last night on Gov Deals. Not that I wanted it, but it had just listed it had 11 days left, and it was only at $1,000. And fire trucks normally sell, they can sell it in upwards to $50,000 to $100,000. There was a ladder truck on there that the starting bid was $100,000. But I was going to bid on a fire truck just so I could say, "Yeah, I bid on a fire truck." Pardon?
What would your wife say if you brought home a fire truck?
I'd have to give it to my sister. My sister's always wanted to own a fire truck, but I was thinking, man, that could be. It was a yellow truck and it had all the slide up doors and all that. It had a certification that it had just been taken out of service, and it pumped 1,250 gallons a minute, And I was like, oh man, think if I could put a Dad's Vintage Garage logo on the side, and I show up to a yard sale and I flip the gate open and I pull my IKEA shopping bags out and go shop the yard sale and load it up on the back. And I'm thinking I'm probably burning it's probably like 3 miles to the gallon gas, and I probably legally I can't drive a fire truck around unless it's, a legitimate fire truck. I'd have to, take all the stuff off of it.
I just looked up gov deals. And
You shop that site at all? I always look at it, and occasionally, I mean, you can find some neat stuff on there.
I mean, you probably get a lot more where you are because you're by DC. But like I just looked in Michigan, and there's only 2 police cars for sale.
Right. So to give you an example, like you go in there, and at the top you can put your zip code in, and then you can put distance from that zip code, 50, 100 miles or whatever, and it'll pop up all the different municipalities, cities, universities are selling through gov deals, because it's just not government, it's like universities too. And then at the top right corner, you can put a search in there, and like they were talking about punch cards last night, that there's a market for those old computer punch cards, which there were none on gov deals. But my wife's a librarian, so I'm always looking for card catalogs. And if you look in there for card catalog, there's a listing for a card catalog, I think in Boulder, Colorado, which that's too far away. But then man, that would be a cool road trip, fly out to Boulder, get the card catalog, load it up on a truck, or, wonder what it would cost me from Boulder to Virginia to like you ship it back on, just as a deadhead load on somebody's truck. But it's kind of a fun site. They've got like park amusement rides, parks, piping, art supply, everything, everything a government or city needs to run, confiscated stuff. It's just kind of neat to look at. But I don't need to buy like 10 laptops at a time or 50 screens.
Yeah, right.
They list them. Somebody buys that stuff and makes the effort and does quite well at it, I'm sure.
I'm going to check the Michigan one. There's a Michigan surplus. I've been on some stuff on the Michigan one, so I would have had to go to Lansing to pick it up. So I purposely lost the bid. Well, I stopped bidding at one point, so I really didn't have to go get it. Looks like all big stuff.
So we got a lot of good people in the chat. Got NASCAR man Derek and Jennifer Hayes, and Bum Crack Pickers always around. Marie, Cliff, Boondock Buy Sell, which he was on late. He was late last night. He was on late last night doing his 3D printer, and then he had guy from England came on, and then Steve, which is the who won the special prize the other day on Tommy's show. He was quite interesting, really. His knowledge of different oddball stuff that he has.
Look at this. And you can get a dump truck for $2,000 or a street sweeper.
Oh yeah. So now if you click on there, and then it'll it should say more media, and it'll go through and basically give you multiple pictures. That's just some pretty colors, man. Those orange ones are pretty cool.
This thing.
Humvee.
A Hummer.
Is that a firefighter?
It might be.
Yeah.
It's up in the UP, so it might be. It's $10,000 so far. A lot of police cars.
Yep.
These are state police cars because they're blue.
My dad always told me, he said, never buy anywhere where there's snow, never buy a vehicle because you might have salt damage.
Well, most cars they do under, underneath protection.
Right.
They undercoat it nowadays, so there's not as much rust as there used to be. Well, people can opt out of the undercoating too, because sometimes you do find a rusty vehicle, but it's not such a big deal anymore because of the undercoating.
And everybody, you're showing all those cars, but that's just a small part of gov deals. It's not all vehicles.
It's not gov deals. This is the Michigan one.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. So look at that wire racking. That's like how many racking that if somebody need a racking for their storage unit or whatever, that's Metro racking. How many pieces? How many shelves is that? Because that 300.
to see how many there are because it's at $300 right now.
Yeah.
22 wire, 37 shoving units and 22 wire carts.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean,
that's a great deal. But
that's a steal at 300. I mean, shoot, you could buy what you needed and just scrap the rest if you didn't have room to get rid of it.
Yeah, that is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot. You got to have help for that.
And what is this thing right here? File cabinets. Yeah, that business going out of sale or going out of business sale that I went to last week, they had a lot of file cabinets, and she's like, she didn't really know what to do with them. I said, well, put them on Facebook Marketplace, or if you can't sell them, scrap them. And she didn't. They didn't think of scrapping them.
Yeah, file cabinets are a tough sale these days.
What is this one?
I actually had a nice file cabinet that I pulled out of the dumpster. It was brand new in the box. It had a key and all that, and I'd listed it on Marketplace and
it's a laboratory.
Didn't get any bites. And then I had a buddy come over and help me continuing to clean my garage out. And he said, "Oh, I need a file cabinet." So I gave him that since he was helping me out.
What am I looking at this crap for? I'm trying to clear out my store.
I know, man. It's an addiction. I'm telling you.
There's a Gulf Planet as well.
You just kind of always want to, kind of know what's out there. You never know.
Here's the public school. This is where the bookshelves, cabinets, general.
I've seen them on Gov Deals. They've sold plots of land, actual buildings. Sometimes in these older school systems, they'll sell old desks and bookshelves and.
I should buy a bus for $600.
Yeah, the buses are cool.
What's this? Van. An orange van.
Most of all those government vehicles, they got over like 150,000 miles on it. Which, if the maintenance is on it, there's nothing wrong with a $150,000 or mile vehicle. Just got to make sure they were taken care of and that they're still in run, and then they'll say whether they need a jump or not, which that's not a big deal because normally that's just a battery.
I don't see the mileage. It doesn't. Oh, it says see description. Dun, 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 dun. I don't want to read all that. Forget it.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of passively looking for a camper van type vehicle. What's your accountability for today? I am working on setting up my yard sale, Ricky. I was thinking about going to get some more books today, but I think I'm going to concentrate on the setting up the yard sale because I don't want to do it all in the morning, I'm putting the tables in the garage and putting stuff on the tables, then I just had to pull the tables out. I got my clothes rack all set up and clothes on it last night, and I put that on those furniture movers things so I can just slide it right out.
So Tommy said he said, "I'm not knowledgeable in fixing stuff. I just ruined a 200 vintage boombox trying to fix it." So Tommy, what'd you mess up? Was it a cassette player door or a belt, or did you pull a battery lead off, or what'd you do?
I mean, I could probably learn how to fix VCR combos if from watching YouTube videos, but I don't want to take the time to do it.
Yeah,
so I'm giving all the ones I have to Dawn.
Yep, my buddy says buy stuff that you can flip quick. Don't buy a project because projects end up sitting around your house and cluttering. And I'm the perfect example. I've got plenty of clutter from.
Yeah, he has plenty of clutter.
I've seen some of your clutter before.
Yeah, it's going down, but it's like I can't really talk about it till it's gone.
Just keep them on it, Kendall. Just keep reminding Daddy that he's got a lot of clutter.
And then Landshark Picker, I heard that next month he might be doing a buy one, get one free all his classes with no refund. Did you hear that?
Oh, he's got some new classes coming out, huh?
New classes with manuals, e-manuals with blank pages. What do you think, Kendall Wendell?
Dad, I didn't notice that it was 12 something.
Yeah, 45.
12:45. I gotta get to work pretty soon.
He's like 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Come on, 15.
Yeah, and I slept late today. Well, after I got up this morning at 5:30 for an hour, I went back to bed and I got up so late it was ridiculous. It was like 10:30.
Yeah, I think I was up watching Cliff's show till about 3, and then I finally just said I got to go to bed.
I know Cliff's
I got to.
later owl than I am.
Oh my gosh, because they were talking like Marie was saying, oh, it's only like 11:15 here or something, and I said, oh, it's 2:15 here, and I'm like, you know, I'm a night owl, but then I said, what did I just watch for the last hour?
Oh,
Yeah, one time I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I couldn't. They were talking about the weirdest stuff.
You got up and what? You were thinking?
You never know what they're talking about in the middle of the night.
Oh, I know. They are. It is. Sometimes it's like right on point, and then they're off in left field, which is great. I mean, where else do you get this type of content?
Gotta love Cliffy. He knows a lot of things. What is going on?
They were talking. The guy was what was it? Is Steam Junk? What was it? He was from England and he had a key and he couldn't figure out what it was part of. And then I suggested it might be just like a Seymour key. And so we were close, but we still couldn't figure out exactly what it went to. Maybe it went to like a paper towel dispenser or electrical box, or it was one of those like 2-finger keys that just kind of turned. And he was fascinated with it because it had made on the USA on both sides and galvanized, and you know, we were spending an hour researching it, and it was probably worth maybe 80 cents. Who knows?
Yeah, snobby scrap picker.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
I like that name. It's an oxymoron.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of neat how our friends across the pond from England, they're kind of starting to, we're sharing content, not to share with my channel, but
Mingling.
Yeah, how would we ever have met these people? How would they have ever met us except through YouTube? It's kind of neat. You know, and it's just like, I feel like, you know, if you guys ever came to Virginia, you'd always be welcome in my home, and you'd always be welcome to, you know, go pick, or, you know, just like your friends.
I found the live dashboard again for the second time. I don't know how I found it, but I found it again, and it's like black, and you can see things that are going on. I don't know how. Wait a minute. Let me save this page.
The dashboard for StreamYard.
Look at this. I'll show. It's YouTube.
Oh.
Really, what it looks like. This is only the second time I accidentally found it. See.
All right.
It's got the video up here in the corner, and it's got this graph.
So that's showing you the number of viewers for the number when you started, and then so your peak time was like 12. Yeah, right about there. And
20.
Right.
Yep.
And it's like, hey guys, thumbs up, man. If you've stuck around, there must be some value in this content. I know I've already thumbs up. I guess that helps. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Tommy, that's mean. No, because look at this. Look how low it was before. It was just me going,
Oh, that it was high before I got on,
No.
or did it go up?
Well, Tommy made that joke, but yeah, but it wasn't. But because look
Well,
at,
I mean, you can throw it right back at him because his are okay, and then when the girls start showing up on his channel, then the network of 50-year-old pluses, we start making phone calls around that say, Dee and Tracy are on Tommy's channel. Let's go watch them. You know,
I know you was kidding, Tommy.
we light it up.
And I get some open invitation. All of my reseller YouTube friends, but nobody really wants to come up to BF nowhere. I wouldn't mind come up to BF nowhere, but not in the winter, that's for sure. Oh, because I would imagine it's cold and snowy like in Montana. Montana is like, it's really cold and they get a lot of snow, then they get a Chinook wind and it melts the snow. And then it gets really cold and get a lot of snow again. Only 4 off, 100% thumbs. Yeah, I sometimes get thumbs down, but who cares? Really, it doesn't matter. But probably because I don't have anything to talk about. I do have a mess in my room again, though, on the floor right down there. Because I'm a messy packer. That was planned for a specific reason. Analytics are my BFF. Yep, Tommy gets more views than he has subscribers, so he's doing something right.
Yeah, it's a chance for you kind of can go incognito and just be a little dirty, you know? You don't always have to go to Bible study. You know what I'm saying?
You won't find me at Bible study, thank
No,
you.
but you know what I'm saying. There's some people that are, they show up for Tommy because you can just kind of lay out, just
let loose
a little bit. It's okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be myself no matter what. Sometimes it means dropping the F-bomb, but I try not to do it when there's kids and visible.
My kids, it's funny because they love watching y'all, and Kendall loves Tracy and Hit Flippin' Mama sometimes, and then Beat a Difference Clothing, Joy. And my boys are like, oh, that's the positive girl, Joy, because she's always very positive and uplifting on her shows. And
Yeah.
but then they hear some of the work. I said, hey, they're human too. Nobody's perfect. I mean, man, the other day, what was it? We were driving yesterday, and somebody pulled in front of me, and man, I almost dropped the S-bomb on them, and they're, oh, Daddy. And I said, oh, man, I almost hit that car,
It's surprising when people let the guard down. My jaw was dropped several times over some of the chat. Yeah. Yep. That's a fact, Tommy. Well, guys, I'm gonna get to work because
All right, hey, I'll drop me off, and then I'm gonna leave the studio, and then you can close out. Thanks for letting me. This is my firstie. I'm a firstie.
You're a firstie.
Yeah, thanks for letting me on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on to help me keep the chat going because I had no words today.
Well, it was a pleasure. It's like I catch you a lot when I'm out and about dumpster diving and all that. So I was home in front of my computer. So I said, I'm going to try to pop on and say hi and talk a little bit.
About cookie. Jennifer says you're talking about cookie? Where's the cookie? Okay, guys, I will see you later. Thanks for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to do my live stream during my yard sale. We'll see how that works out.
So you're doing a Friday, Saturday, or just Friday?
Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Yard sale. And I'll see if I can do my stream. If I don't know. or it'll be live, whatever. If I can get a good signal outside. Anyway, we'll see. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And stay authentic. Bye.
Bye-bye.